As a survivor of narcissistic abuse, do you find yourself holding your arm up in the air like this when sleeping or resting? If your answer is a yes, then here is a good news for you. Your body has been unconsciously trying to heal you. It has been trying to release the survival stress, that toxic energy stored in your body. And this is just one of those signs, not a weird eccentric behavior. Let me tell you more about it in today's episode. I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional and a psychologist. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. In this episode, I will help you understand how your body miraculously releases survival or somatic stress without your awareness of it happening. If that sounds interesting, please make sure to subscribe to the channel because your subscription helps in spreading awareness about narcissistic abuse. A major shift happened in my healing journey when I turned to my body for hope, for help. I had already tried a lot of medical help. I was taking antidepressants back then, stress medication, anti-anxiety and stuff like that, but nothing was working because they were seeking symptomatic resolution, which was not happening. The core of the problem, the root of the problem was unresolved. So how would I have been able to move on or fully recover from all the trauma? Ultimately, when I understood trauma is more somatic than cognitive, I mean, it's more in the body than in your memories, I started realizing that your body has its own miraculous ways, its own ways to heal itself. You just have to know what to do, how to do it, and you have to trust it. That is when I took my healing journey in my own hands and started doing some somatic work. Ultimately, I noticed my body and just went with the flow. I started with simple breath work and attunement, objective awareness of my muscles and so on. What happened was miraculous for me. I noticed my body was making certain weird moves that did not make any sense to me. For example, continuous yawning or the desire to stretch and to contract, expand and contract. I didn't know what was that all about, but ultimately I found out that is called pendulation, and it's an exercise that helps you to tolerate more stress and process it. One of the things that I noticed I was doing back then, and since I was a child, is this holding my arm up in the air and just keeping it there while sleeping or while resting. Raising my arm up in the air always brought in calmness. It was like as if a circuit would break every time I would do it. It was a calming exercise. And then I explored the world of somatic trauma more, only to understand that this is what our body does to help our nervous system regulate. When you are stuck like this, when your body is in a very normal pose, the energy remains unprocessed. It doesn't move, it remains stagnant, and your nervous system also remains stuck. You flip the switch the moment you expand, and this is one of those expansions. Trauma triggers contraction. It forces your body to enter a fetal stage where it can remain protected. But at what expense? At the expense of all your functions. You shut down almost in every single way, biologically, psychologically, emotionally, and so on, when exposed to chronic stress. Eventually, when your body starts coming out of it, it makes gentle movement, slow, gentle, gradual. And it's not like everything moves at once, one thing, and then there goes the next one. Moving your arms, expanding like this, opening your mouth, taking deep breaths, deep sighs, and just resting, fully collapsing are just some of the examples of such expansions and such behaviors. Which is the reason why you should become more body-centric than brain-centric when trying to heal from complex trauma. Your body keeps the score, but it also has a story to tell. It remembers. We call that muscle memory, implicit memory. And it knows exactly what has happened to you. Now it wants to resolve that. It wants to complete that trauma response. And there are many ways to do that. One of which is just following the sensations. When a hunter goes in to track a deer, let's say, what does it do? It just follows the footsteps, footprints. That's exactly what you have to do. Whatever sensations you feel, just tap in, making sure you can tolerate whatever comes up, and then you go in and you see where it takes you, and then you will have flashes, memories, emotions. You may feel like you are turning into a child, or the time has reversed and so on. Just feel through it and move through it. Nothing your body does can be labeled as stupid. It's just that you do not know what's going on. For your body is miraculous, as I explained earlier. Your body knows what is best for it. You just have to give it the right resources and it will do the work. Let me give you an example of a paper cut, small injury. What do you do with it? Do you make the cells divide to fill the wound? Of course not. You may just apply some antiseptic and leave it there. You may not do that even. You just maybe wash it with water and leave it there. It does its work. It triggers inflammation. After inflammation, division, and finally the wound is closed. That is what I call a miracle. If your body can do that, why can't it heal its emotional wounds? Of course it can. You just have to trust the process and know exactly what you're doing, what you're targeting. It's not like time will take care of everything. Of course not. You just have to help your body to move through, and then you will experience big breakthroughs. Do you sleep or rest with one of your arms up in the air like this? If yes, drop your experiences in the comments below, and also share since when have you been doing it and how does it help you. I invite you to notice your body thoroughly. Just be aware of what it is doing non-judgmentally, and then journal on what you found out. How does your body trigger regulation when you're massively dysregulated? For me, it's yawning, or I feel fatigued and I need to take a break, or I start breathing, or I naturally start havening, which is a psychosensory therapeutic modality in which I am certified and I know about it. So my brain goes there. How do you naturally try to calm yourself? I truly want you to learn that so that you can feel confident in your healing journey, in your capability to move on after surviving narcissistic abuse, and to expand it further, to take it further, and to learn other techniques to make it easier for your body to heal at a deeper level. That was it for today's episode. I hope you found it insightful. If you did, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for staying until the very end. I will talk to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.